Legend to the War here, and today we've got a Rating Your Disaster Doomstack, I suppose. Playing as the Jade Court, we have got a army that is just a whole bunch of variety in it, and we'll get to that in a minute. We're going up against Saytang, where they are bringing in nearly 4 full stacks. There's a few legendary lords in here. Well, there's one legendary lord, Tyrion. A lot of dragons coming in here. Very powerful armies. Now, I know for a fact that Celestial Dragon crossbows are amazing in auto resolve, especially with Miao Ying as the commander. So the fact that it says Valiant Defeat here, if it can punch this out really easily, then that'll be very impressive. The guy that submitted this in didn't submit it as a disaster battle, submitted it as a Doomstack. But it is just a variety Doomstack. So, you know, you've got a bunch of different heroes. You've got Saytang, you've got a stolen hero here from the Hunts Marshal Expedition. You've got borrowed units from your ally with the Legion of Asgore, the Chaos Dwarfs. You've got, you know, Sky Junk, the Jade War Drum here. So I imagine that this one here is used as as Yang to try to give these ones the bonus. Because everything else is just missile units. Anyway, let's just jump in here and see how it actually performs. But yeah, some of these armies, most of the time the Doomstack is submitted as like a single entity spam. They're really easy to pick up and just figure out exactly what their gimmick is. And then you can easily decide whether or not it's actually good or not. But with these variety Doomstacks, they're very personal. As in, the person who made them, there's specific things that they like that they put into the army, and I might miss that because I didn't build the army. And the more simplified the army is, the easier it is for me to pick it up. Now, because this has got a lot of complexity to it, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it does make it that there's probably going to be some nuance to it that I might miss. So I'll try to get as much of it as I can. But yeah, I'm sure there's like some little reason for doing something that might just go over my head. So just get everyone over here. We'll reorganize it because this is not going to be good enough, obviously. Another thing to consider, especially with a Miao Ying army, is that I know for a fact that her just going with like Celestial Dragon crossbows and pretty much nothing else is still stupidly strong. So this might be one of those kind of armies that's like varieties for the variety's sake. Is it actually better than just going with a Celestial Dragon crossbow spam? I don't know. Let's see. So yeah, this one here, the Jade War Drum. Apparently, so it does battle harmony both Yin and Yang. Interesting. Right, okay. Is that how it works? Yeah, apparently. So yeah, it basically boosts everything around it. Okay, then as for the artillery, let's put the cannons over here. Got to be a little bit careful with this situation here, because it's most likely that Tyrion's going to run ahead of the army, and that's going to make fire rain rockets shoot like crap. So let's get into some control groups here. I'm going to put them, yeah, in control group 1. Basically, if there's single entities within range, we don't fire at will. It's totally fine for these ones here to keep shooting. I'll put them in control group 2, but they don't need it. Make sure pretty much everyone in this battle needs to be on guard mode. Saytang can stand up over here to begin with. You know, he's got good combat stats. He's got 46% ward save, loads of physical resistance. Okay, so he'll be pretty good in a fight. He also has a physical resistance aura around him, but it would be better if he could hold them back. So, while it would be good to give these guys extra physical resistance, it would be good if they don't even get into melee whatsoever. Then we've got a Gatekeeper, which I'll keep that close to Saytang. This one here is probably there for mostly campaign movement range, maybe a bit of metal magic. And let's check aboard our archers a bit. Okay, I don't like to put these units too close to fire rain rockets because they have a bit of a tendency of shooting our own troops. But we've got a bit of a high ground here, so maybe we don't have to worry too much. The more we push them back here, the less likely they are to shoot our own troops. Okay, and Miao Ying, you can have control group 3. Alright, let's see how we go. So look at our units. Yeah, they've got the harmony bonus. So what that's providing is extra reload skill. That's good. Right, yep, let the cannon shoot. Okay, Saytang, I want you to be aiming for Tyrion with that ability if you could. And Miao Ying, I want you to try to take out these dragons. Alright, with them... Yeah, probably should be going for the moon dragons, because they're the biggest problem for our guys here. Alright. That's it, man. Try to aim for Tyrion. Come on. Come on, Miao Ying. Come on. Let's go. She's got regen, so why don't we go down over here and fight these dragons. Alright, so Saytang has already done a decent amount of damage. His shot's really quick, so it's difficult to dodge, but already dodged a couple of these shots. Good, taking out the dragons a little bit. Miao Ying hasn't done too much, but also hasn't received too much damage, so that's good. No. You've got the same problem. That was actually okay, but no more. Okay, start moving back a little bit, Saytang. Let the Celestial Dragon crossbows handle that. This one jumps around a little bit. Okay, they are mostly ignoring us now. As in that stuff. Alright, let's organize this into different areas of fire. Okay, need to take out the dragons. Oh, no. Oh, I had... Guard mode wouldn't have stopped that from happening. You need to get back over here. Oh yeah, I didn't have them on guard mode. Because yeah, that happens. They were in range. That happens because they couldn't see the target because of a terrain obstruction. It's good that Tyrion's hanging around here, actually. How are we going with this? Yep. Definitely don't want to wait for their reinforcements to arrive. Okay, you guys can just fire at will now. Okay, good. Back into position. Shoot those dragons. You've really got to be careful with the units that are specifically good against infantry in this sort of situation here, that they don't shoot at single entities, because it's just a complete waste. Okay, with our war drum, I forgot to put this down. Bit of extra reload skill. Hardly essential. Wouldn't have made much of a difference, but we should do it anyway. Okay, where's Tyrion? Why hasn't he shown up over here yet? Oh, there he is. There he is. Yeah. Tyrion's going for the easy target, not for Saytang. Which would be a little bit more difficult for him. Let's get Miao Ying in there to help. That's it. Let's see what this does. Yeah, that's right. Alright, given that there's a few powerful single entities here, I think it makes sense. Actually, you know what? Get off the dragon so we can use some healing as well. Alright. Make sure we're shooting over this way. With this. Aim for the eagles. You're not moving forward, are you? Yeah, they're moving forward. Yeah, the terrain obstructs them a little bit. They should be able to find a shoot there. Ah, oh, damn it. Get that one out of there. Tyrion's still in play. Tyrion's being a bit of a pain. But yeah, the infantry goes down easily enough. That's not a problem. Haven't really been using the Celestial Dragon crossbows too much. Maybe you should come up here and help us out. We got some stuff we can use. Just keeping an eye on this, making sure everyone's shooting something. So yeah, basically using the Celestial Dragon crossbows for ones that are getting a little bit close. What's this? A little bit of damage. She's alright. Did that other cast not finish? Because we should still be on cooldown with that. Saytang's getting a bit beaten up. Yeah, she must have been cancelled with that. Must have just knocked her down. But this is kind of good that there's so much pulling around over here. Because it's really good for final transmutation. We got plenty of Winston magic. How does this guy have an arcane item? I thought they fixed that. Maybe it's a case that if you equip it before the patch, he still has it. It's just that if we take it off him, if we take it off him, it should get him off the thing. There's 4 of us here. Yep. Okay, keep that going on there. Use Miao Ying just for healing. I know the Talon of Night is very useful as well, but it's mainly the single entities that are the big problem here, not the infantry. We don't need more anti-infantry killing. Oh boy. Loads of kills coming in. There's still... Okay, there's not that many of the enemy left to go. Miao Ying's in good shape. Being on the dragon doesn't actually make her a better fighter in this situation. Just gives you kind of more mobility, which is not really what we need here. So we can go for that one there. Come on, are you going to shoot or not? Yeah, you're going to shoot. You got to really babysit them sometimes. This guy here is having trouble. Let's move him back. Which, yeah, there's quite a lot of them in there, so it's difficult to get him out. I think he'd been pinned down. Yeah, he got Tormentor Sword. Come on. Oh, jeez. Jeez. Tyrion just hit him, and they just got army lost. Whew, man, you cut that one close. Yeah, I'll give you this. You'll be alright. You'll live. Well, they never made it to the front line, so that's good. That's good. Still had plenty of ammunition left. Yeah, don't aim for that. That is a waste. Oh, I think they just used up the last of their thing. And yeah, try to get in those heals where possible. Okay, well, do you know what the funny thing is here? We took, I think, 2 casualties in the entire battle. And the Auto Resolver did say that we would actually lose the battle. Okay. Well, okay. Yeah, 2 casualties, because I saw that one of these guys here took a little bit. I think that may have actually been friendly fire as well. And the one casualty that we did take on the Celestial Crossbowman was because of a lightning bolt dropping down. I definitely think it's a good idea to bring those heroes up to tank the whole army. And then anyone that just runs past you, you just obliterate them with the Celestial Dragon Crossbowman. Everybody here got good kills, except for Yorick Grimm and the war drum, but the war drum is not a missile unit, so it's just there buffing. Now, based on what I saw there, I do not think you need the war. The war drum is a Yang unit, so it does provide the harmony bonus. But these Celestial Dragon crossbowmen, yeah, do you really need it? I guess you could justify it. I don't know. Like, is reload skill that important? I mean, most of the time they weren't even shooting. Honestly, what I would probably do is not worry too much about the Yang bonus. This is one of those areas where stat stacking is really questionable. Some people, they just need to have the numbers keep going up. Like, just keep stat stacking until it's just ridiculously high, right? But there reaches a point with some stats that if you stack it too high, it stops actually doing anything. And reload skill is actually one of them, where you can actually have a reload skill that's so fast that their animation can't actually keep up with what their stats are. And since Celestial Dragon crossbowmen don't take that long to reload in the first place, I think you're stacking on a little bit too much. I think you'd be better off actually having something that dishes out damage. Because reload skill is great and everything, but it doesn't increase the damage output of those units, or the damage potential. It's not increasing the amount of ammunition. And in battles like this, it's not the reload skill that matters, but the amount of ammo that we actually have. And having an additional unit would mean more ammo. Sure, they might shoot a millisecond slower. Is that a big deal? I don't think so. Anyway, let's have a little look at this army. It's definitely good. There's no doubt about it. I'm nitpicking. I just want to make that clear. I'm definitely nitpicking. So let's have a look here. So main thing I want to look at is Saytang the Watcher. What is he doing for the army? So what do we got? So you've got reduced upkeep cost for those units, which we don't have in this army. Or did you just put him in here because he's a good tanker? Because, like, you could run him with, like, a Doomstack of these units here, which these Doomstacks are no longer that good anymore due to them becoming constructs, which isn't a great thing to be. Because, yeah, now they're no longer unbreakable, they just die instead. What else have we got over here? So, yeah, he boosts those units. Provides a bit of range for sky junk units, just a little bit. I don't think that's essential. Okay, ammunition for the hero's army. That's where he comes in handy there. So that's actually very good. Yeah, but of course you only have him in one army. But I think that's actually a pretty good choice there, because extra base missile damage for Cathane bow units. Okay, base missile damage on Celestial Dragon crossbows, not that big of a deal, because they're primarily armor piercing. So if we have a look here, if you have a look here, the base missile damage 8. We're not really getting any serious extra strength from that. Again, not a big deal. It was more important to just have that extra ammunition. Missile resistance for the accompanying lord. That's pretty good for Miao Ying. Range for Cathane bow units. Yep, that makes sense. And extra reload time reduction. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So he definitely makes sense being in the army. That's fine. He makes sense for sure. There's a bit more over there as well. Missile strength for the entire army as well. Yeah, he's a pretty good legendary hero. I've got to give him that. And Yorick Grim makes sense, you know, extra ammunition, extra missile strength, extra range. I'm not even going to question. Some people actually don't know how to steal a hero. This is how you do it. You get in a military alliance with someone, you borrow their army. If it's got one of these heroes in there, you get that hero wounded, and then once they're wounded but not killed, so disbanding it won't work, you have to go into a battle, or you have to either go into a battle, get them wounded manually, or you have to go and stand in an area of attrition and wait until they get attrition to death. Once they're wounded, they are taken out of that faction and into yours permanently, even if that faction is destroyed. So the Iron Demons, yep, that makes sense. Apart from that upkeep cost, that's kind of absurd. You do have a lot of supply lines. You got loads of money. I guess it's not that big of a deal. So this is a pretty expensive army. So the Sky Junks. All right. I don't know if they're worth using against High Elves. I mean, it was fine in this particular situation, but these are quite vulnerable, and they don't have as much damage output as Fire Rain Rockets, because this has 4 entities as opposed to 1. If you're playing on normal unit scale or small unit scale, these are actually very powerful because they don't scale properly. So that's very useful in that situation. But then again, it feels like you're just adding variety for variety's sake. It doesn't actually add any real strength in there. I think you've got enough artillery here. But that's entirely up to you. Again, I'm nitpicking. This is a very strong army. But if I was to rate it, it's basically a 10 for strength. Then that's great. Top marks for strength. Because it took on 4 full stacks, barely took a scratch. Got to give it top marks for that. The biggest problem that I think with it is that it's really not convenient to recruit. And can possibly be very difficult to use. That particular battle went very well. But if it was in the hands of somebody else, or even in myself, and a single hero got through our hero line, it could be very disruptive. So there's definitely ways in which this could collapse a little bit. That being said, not every single army needs to be a 10 out of 10. I think this is honestly like a 9.5 out of 10. It's super good, for sure. Thing is, though, I've seen Miao Yings with much simpler armies with just Celestial Dragon crossbow spams that would basically just be able to handle this pretty much as well. So it's entirely up to you which way you want to go about it. I definitely appreciate the effort that went into this. But my job here is to nitpick every little detail from it. I'm not just going to go, oh wow, 10 out of 10 with every single one of it. We're not IGN here. We have to scrutinize. Anyway, that's the end of this one here, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this Doomstack, whether or not you would endeavor to make it in your own campaign. I think it's a very high effort to make this, just to get the alliance, a very inconvenient alliance. Getting Eurogrim wouldn't be that difficult, especially playing as Yuan Bo since you start off close to him. But yeah, getting that one there would be quite difficult. Anyway, it's the end of this one. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time. Later, guys.